Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Geek. I recently saw a Bangladeshi recipe online for some curry, so we're gonna make it. Ingredients include onion, a substituted daikon radish with jicama and turnips, limes, green and red pepper, garlic, potatoes, spices, fish, and the recipe calls for coriander, but I'll use cilantro. Jicama can really just be peeled and cubed. The recipe calls for onion paste, which I'm not super familiar with, but I do have an onion, so I plan to just caramelize the onion and then mash that up. So because I'm going to be making this into a paste, I'm cutting it more thinly than I normally would, because I assume that'll help the blending process later. So I feel like coconut oil would be more fitting than extra virgin olive oil for a Bangladeshi dish, but my house is so hot that my coconut oil has totally melted into a fluid. I'm gonna use it anyways. Oh, it's so weird to see this as a fluid and not as the normal coconut paste that it is. Yeah, I don't like that at all. And we're just going to toss in some onions. So the next step of the recipe requires the onion paste, which I don't have, and caramelizing takes a while. So we're just going to move on to some potatoes and prep those. So we're going to start the potatoes just by throwing some red peppers into the hot oil. Called for 1, so I added 7. Then after they've cooked for a little bit, we're just going to throw in some mustard seeds and some cumin seeds. Cumin? Maybe I need more oil. Going to toss in some potatoes, some salt, some turmeric, some chili powder, peppercorns, the recipe calls for a tablespoon of yogurt, but the yogurt that I had expired in April, so not going to use that. The onions are almost ready to be blended, and the potatoes are probably going to cook for 15 minutes or so. The onions look great, so I'm going to wait for those to cool off, and then I'm going to blend them. The potatoes are coming along great. The girls are not impressed with the potato. Nope. And some onion paste. Next time, I'll definitely use multiple onions. And the potatoes are looking great. So now my oil has become more solidified since it's been in the fridge. Which is maybe a silly thing to make something cold before making it hot. But having liquid coconut oil just feels wrong. I should have crushed some garlic, so I'm just gonna crush some real quick. And we have some garlic. Throw some cilantro on the potatoes. So I thought the cilantro I grabbed was weird, and I now realized that I grabbed parsley. Parsley and cilantro are not synonymous. I'll throw a handful on anyways. So now that the garlic is browning, we'll add the onion paste. So I'm not sure what's supposed to happen with the onion paste, but I am going to add 200 milliliters of water and then cover it for 10 minutes. While that cooks, I'll cut up some peppers. The paste is bubbling up, so we're gonna add some spices to it. Turmeric, some chili powder, some ground coriander, and some red chili flakes. Recipe didn't call for them. Now that the spices are fully absorbed, I'm going to add the jicama and turnip. We're going to add some water. So I have this pile of fish that I'm just going to cut into cubes, and then we'll toss the fish in. Now we're going to add 500 milliliters of water. That's probably 500. So we're going to add some chilies. And the recipe says to serve with fresh lime juice. Because I'm not going to eat this fresh, I'm just going to add some limes now. And